This is Memoirs of a Renaissance Man. My name is David Ahern. Memoir number 74. Murdoch's A Storm and a Keychain. The winds arrived days prior, gently at first, slowly gathering strength. It was clear that this was going to be a whopper. No one knew how big. Everyone hoped it would veer off and hit some other unsuspecting sucker, but Ike had other plans. It roared ashore with a fury that left the island reeling, sweeping away landmarks like Murdoch's in the Balinese room. For Morticia, Audie's mom, Murdoch's was more than just a place. It was a love affair with the past, cherished and irreplaceable. In 2005, when Audie's parents, Morticia and Gomez, first acquired the big house, they encountered their inaugural challenge with Mother Nature in the form of Hurricane Rita. The Gulf churned to life, prompting an island evacuation that, ironically, resulted in more casualties than the storm itself. Such storms lull islanders into a false sense of security, whispering that only the faint-hearted flee, while the brave can withstand unscathed. Yet, in 2008, Ike shattered these illusions. Its ferocity mirrored that of the great 1900 storm, imparting hard-earned lessons anew to those who called the island home. Initially, Gomez never cared for Galveston. It would take years for the island to grow on him, but for Morticia, her love affair with Galveston began at an early age during family vacations to the island. Those sunlit days etched themselves into her heart, each visit deepening her connection to the place. She often reminisced about those early times, the gentle waves, the vibrant shops, the memories that anchored her. Among the vibrant memories of her early visit, one treasure stood out. A simple keychain that captured the essence of her adventures. On her very first trip to Galveston, she eagerly begged her mother for a small souvenir. The modest trinket from Murdoch's and the Mermaid Pier was initially her mother's prize, yet Morticia, with the irresistible charm only a child possesses, sweetly claimed it as her own. In that moment, Galveston won her heart, with Murdoch's as her most ardent suitor, a best friend yearning for romance. Like a childhood crush, Morticia kept Murdoch's close, cherishing it with quiet devotion, yet never fully consummating the relationship. But all this changed on the dawn of September 13th, 2008, at 2:10 a.m., when a heavy tension lay thick in the air foretelling chaos. 2:10 a.m., the hour of vulnerability, when senses are dulled and fear creeps unseen. The storm loomed like a predator ready to pounce on a moment's notice. The horizon transformed into a bruised pallet suspended between a restless sea and a sky laden with the storm named Ike. He arrived in grand fashion, ready to deliver the wallop that was his purpose, unleashing wrath upon the island Morticia held so dear. The winds were merciless, battering the island with an unrelenting force, whistling through the streets like an army of banshees. Waves lashed the shore with feral intensity, each one pulling more of the island into the clutches of the Gulf. People bore witness to nature's might from behind shuttered windows, hope tethered to walls not yet breached. At the center of this assault stood Murdoch's, defiant against the taunting gale. For decades, it had been a beloved refuge, standing firm against lesser storms, but today, each gust was a punch, each wave a weight testing its foundations. The structure shuddered, wood creaking under the relentless onslaught. It was a battle of endurance, but one with no mercy. With a final, deafening groan, Murdoch succumbed, swallowed into the maw of Ike's fury. And a little further down the coast, not far, the Balinese room, the legendary haunt that once defied authority and housed secrets, met its own fate. The wind slammed against it like a battering ram. Moment by moment, piece by piece, the Gulf claimed it. The last vestiges of the room slipped beneath the waves, leaving only memories and echoes behind in the storm's roaring aftermath. This was Ike's wrath laid bare, a dance of destruction played out in the limbs of oak trees and the bones of historic piers. Walls gave way, stories were swept into the sea, and the island was left to grapple with the enormity of its scars. Yet amidst the ruins, the spirit of Galveston, the resilience of its people, clung stubbornly to its shoreline, waiting for the winds to pass. Days after the storm had wrought its devastation, Morticia was enveloped by a restlessness she couldn't shake. Losing Murdoch's felt like losing a piece of her own history. On the Sunday that followed, she felt an unyielding pull towards the past, a need to reconnect with something tangible. Her thoughts drifted to that special keychain, a modest souvenir that linked her not only to her childhood adventures, but to her mother and to Murdoch's and its storied past. Unable to find peace, she prayed, cleared her mind, and was drawn to a small doll chest. In the bottom drawer, amidst forgotten relics, there she lay, the keychain, its presence more significant than ever. It was a beacon of cherished summers and enduring love for Galveston, a reminder of the special places and moments that had shaped her heart. In this quiet aftermath of the storm, Morticia settled at her writing desk. The stillness around her heavy with the weight of loss, she penned her thoughts, a letter born from the heart, aching with sentiment, seeking a connection back to what once was. And as she wrote, Morticia articulated a solitude that few might understand. Knew what I was talking about, she began, aware of her deep sense of loss that might be mistaken for madness by others. She captured the essence of her turmoil. Was she alone in this grief, mourning not just for a beloved landmark, but a larger narrative of personal history gone in a single night? She even says, "The places of my past and present gone in one night," she wrote. Grappling with the void left behind, her words were a bridge to memories of Murdoch's and the Mermaid Pier, the setting of her joyful past. Her quest that day was more than just retrieving an object. It was about finding her anchor amidst the ruins. Morticia's search had been relentless, driven by the knowledge that she needed a tangible piece of her special place, and there it was, the keychain, resting amongst the forgotten relics, shining with a significance only she could understand. Reflecting on her years, Morticia realized that it was the small, seemingly insignificant things that held the most profound memories. Watching her grandson Brennan find delight in life's simple pleasures taught her that these tiny treasures often have a far greater impact than the big, shiny, expensive things that many of us chase. It was a lesson learned by her grandson and his innocent curiosity, and it was a reminder that joy doesn't need to be grand to be genuine. Holding the modest keychain, she felt an undeniable connection to Galveston's past. Each touch brought forth a cascade of memories, each one vibrant and tangible. In Brennan's way of seeing the world, Morticia found a renewed appreciation for the simple charms that anchored her own life, affirming that true worth often resides with the simplest of things. On paper, Morticia immortalized that moment. Cultural history reframed as personal homage, writing, "In memory of Murdoch's and the Mermaid Pier, a testament to enduring love and the irrevocable marks places leave on our souls." Fast forward to the present, Audie and I found ourselves confronting an unprecedented winter storm on the Gulf, a phenomenon so rare it drove urgency into our preparations for the days ahead. The airways were alive with chatter about this once-in-a-lifetime event. As snow began its gentle descent over Galveston, cloaking the island in a rare white mantle, this extraordinary shift in weather sparked Audie into action, prompting her to turn deliberate attention to tidying Morticia's closet. Each movement an homage to preserving the stories and memories nestled within. Outside, as icicles stood like guardian angels watching over the big house, Audie worked. Perhaps the storm was an ethereal prompt, urging her to delve into her mother's history. Amidst the quiet linens and worn keepsakes, an old photo album awaited. Its aged cover cradled stories eager for rediscovery, as if Morticia herself orchestrated this moment from beyond, longing for her story to be told. Opening the album, the pages revealed themselves to her, filled with photographs of Murdoch's, each image a testament to the love her mother had for a place that was now lost. As Audie shifted through the memories, she found it. The letter Morticia had penned in the wake of Hurricane Ike. Her mother's words reached across time, a whisper from the great beyond, urging, "Tell my story." Tucked within the pages, Audie found a typed note, simple yet profound. "Have to take steps to get my book published." It was as if Morticia, with her deep love of stories that rooted and sustained her, was sending a clear message from beyond the veil. This discovery was more than just serendipity. It was a call to action. Audie felt the weight of her mother's legacy, her story unfinished and yearning to be told. In that quiet room, surrounded by ghosts of the past, Audie resolved to honor Morticia's wish to breathe new life into the narrative her mother had begun so many years ago. Memories, after all, were the true north of life's compass, guiding those left behind to a journey forward. We know that Morticia's spirit, though no longer tied to this world, still ached to share a journey, a testament to the belief that we do not die with our bodies, but live on through the stories we leave behind. Morticia's life, her essence, was intricately woven into the big house and the family lineage, each anecdote and memory acting as a thread, strengthening the tapestry of their shared story. This moment became an awakening, reminding us that legacies are not bound by time, but are eternal, carried forward by those who remember. Just as Morticia's keychain had served as a link to a brighter past, so must we hold and share these treasures of wisdom and love, casting them as light to guide future generations. In embracing this mission, we recognize that to fully live is to ensure that our stories inspire others to love deeply and live passionately. Morticia's silent plea was a clarion call to all, encouraging us to live with compassion, courage, shaping a legacy that speaks to the heart of what it means to live a life well lived. Audie felt the weight of her mother's legacy, story unfinished, yearning for a life anew. Amongst whispers of the past, she resolved to honor Morticia's wish, to breathe life into the narrative left behind. Memories, after all, as we said, are the true north of life's compass, guiding journeys back and forward and back again. Like Murdoch's, which rose from the ashes like a phoenix after being claimed by Ike, Morticia's spirit endures, though not in the form it once inhabited. While the Balinese room sank into the depths, its music forever silenced, Murdoch's rose anew from the wreckage, a testament to resilience and an unyielding spirit that presses forward despite adversity. Morticia's life was interwoven with the big house and its lineage, each story a thread in this grand tapestry called life and our shared history together. This was an awakening. Legacies are not confined by time, but are carried forward by those who remember. In embracing this mission, we recognize that to live fully is to ensure our stories inspire love and passion. Morticia's silent plea resounds as a clarion call to live with compassion and courage, crafting a legacy that speaks to the heart of what it means to live that life so well lived that she cherished. As we reflect on Morticia's legacy, the keychain, the silent star, emerges. Small yet profound, it speaks of joy, memory, and continuity. This trinket, unearthed when needed, reveals the power of memory and enduring spirit. It beckons us to honor the narrative we hold dear, guiding us to live our fullest lives filled with hope and remembrance. In the quiet aftermath, as the snow gently falls over Galveston, we are left to ponder the true significance of this keychain. How many other stories are waiting to be rediscovered, compelled to shine a light on the past we continue to tread? In its metallic silence, the keychain beckons us to honor the narratives we hold dear and to carry forth the love and history woven into its links, inspiring us all to live our fullest lives with hope and remembrance. For more, go to daviddanielbooks.com.